They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Navy Midshipmen. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Mids offense takes the field for the first time today. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
He'll ride his man on the option. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Quick release on the RPO. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy QB will look for early and often in this game.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. It's caught. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Give to the big fullback. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. At midfield, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
This doesn't happen with just anybody at tailback. You got to do this with a dude, a guy you know can roll. Just toss it to him, let him get out in the open field. They'll do the rest and make big gains.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. So, guys, over the last few years, there have been seismic changes to college football. Realignment, name, image, and likeness. But one of the biggest changes, the transfer portal.
Yeah, and now guys that are unhappy or in a situation where they see something that they'd rather be in, now you can leave, and there is no penalty. So a lot of recruiting, Jesse, on other people's teams that go on throughout a season.
Yeah, it's 365, and it's a lot of pressure on coaches to re-recruit their own players as well to try to keep those rosters intact. But the transfer portal completely flips rosters upside down. One team that struggles this year, if they get one key addition, it's a team potentially competing for a national championship next season.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
3rd and goal coming up here. Back to throw, it's Horvat. Getting some heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Clemson's offense will go to work for the first time today. And what a great matchup we have of 2 highly productive runners, David.
And I like the competition aspect of this, Reese. Like, I'm watching what you're doing on the other side, and I'm going to prove I'm a better running back than you. Both these guys are looking to be the man today.
And both guys can go the distance, right? These 2 running backs seem to get better as the game goes on. So which defense can be more physical, step up, and at least slow the other guy down?
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. Steamrolls his way ahead. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got his man quickly. Stopped after making the catch.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
They'll go to the ground. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, worked the...
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Tackled immediately after the catch.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Clemson is quick to the line. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. The linebacker comes free, doing the making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And the kick is good. And, guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Offense set on first down. Here comes the option. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. on the option. Kept it, and he's past the marker. Running toward the tape. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, and this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again. This time a 47-yard try. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Off the RPO, complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Looking for room. It's Maffa. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The play-action fake. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Clemson.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Temple sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Philly. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Navy will have to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Quickly complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Williams. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Maffa. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the... And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Navy will go back on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. They'll run this play from the pistol. He wants to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This offense has a 2nd down play. Quick strike complete. Finds a crease at the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The give to the tailback. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Navy!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working, a lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Clemson will send the punt team out. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. using the quick game. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Navy searching for a fourth down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Looking to take a shot. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They'll throw it on first down. Going downfield for the big play. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second.
Now, you got to read it quick, right? And he makes a quick decision, gets that thing out of his hand, but make sure your feet are set, and you still got to be accurate, even though you're trying to get rid of that ball so fast.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Navy will have to punt it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Trying to find his man on first down. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Tigers. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Comes out throwing on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to pass. It's Horvath. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. And here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
And they got him for the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Finds his tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Navy offense. They'll run the option. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quick pass on the fly motion. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message, going for it this close to his own end zone. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. But this is just the type of field position this offense wants. To the air, it's Klubnik. They're trying to get to it. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage, put points on the board.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Chapman. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Navy will go back on the attack. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score.
And it's slipped out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Yeah, you see wide receivers.
The officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here. Thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Line gets set, 1st down. He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You could tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. And not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle. Gets him on the ground.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Clemson trying to put its paws on a productive red zone trip. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Caught over the middle. It's Maffa. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Tigers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for this offense. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that.
Touchdown, Clemson! And the pummeling has started. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic. And this guy is having himself a day.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
They move the tight end all over. Looking downfield, it's Horvat. Trying to get behind the defense. Catch inside the 30 and still running. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, try to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFL.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate, give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. Here comes the offense on 1st down. That's caught. It's Williams. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. He's got it down the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Here's the snap, looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gets it out quickly. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Clemson. And the beatdown has ensued.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Navy offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
So Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. First down to start the drive after the break. Fast motion from the offense. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Listen, in these situations, it's so hard to push the ball down the field because the defense is playing pass. We bring in more DBs. We're dropping deeper in our coverage, and we're making you throw the ball underneath or run the football. Nice job by the running back. Listen, he got good yards. He didn't get the first down, but now he's in a situation where third down becomes something where it's not predictable.
Oh, he's not punting. He's going to throw. And it's caught. Can he get to the marker? And he makes the tackle, but not before the first down is picked up and the gamble pays off. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. They'll try the run. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes a stop.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out fast.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his tool.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Looking to throw for it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before he picks up a first down for Navy. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Jackrabbit. They'll run the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Fires toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Here comes the... They fake it. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. And the pass is incomplete off the fake field goal, and sometimes you just outsmart yourself. It's nice to be a riverboat gambler and all, but man, oh man, when it goes against you, it can be ugly.